with the two of you working away, it won't be that long. It may take a little while. This is like cooking. You can't do it in a combat round, but it will work out pretty well. Just to be a pain in the ass in following the rules, because we need to follow the rules. That would be, ouch. That's going to be another 6 points down for Farith.
Okay.
And that's going to be 3 points down for Vefsel. It's 2d3. So.
And I'm thinking that since this.
So in other words, the poison will kill you, just very, very slowly.
Yeah.
It's two 3-sided dice every minute. So so you're just going to suffer. It'll just kill you by inches for over an hour. Right?
Wow.
So therefore you have plenty of time to make the potion, but you can feel the poison working in you this whole time. Now, do the two Duster women say anything to each other?
Right now, no.
No, you are busy with.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're just
excellent.
focusing.
So far, this is the weirdest thing you have ever seen.
Yeah.
They just. I mean, you stayed with Dusters for a few days, but they were for a little while. You stayed in that tribe, but they were all interested in you.
Yeah.
So they were conversational for Dusters, right? And they were interested in you, and you had work to do. You could do the work on the weapons and things, and you were fitting in. So there was dialogue. Yeah. Here, you were just they don't know each other or anything, and look at that. That's very strange. So
I'm thinking that I'm staring at them for a moment.
They also are extremely exotic looking, even for Dusters, because one of them has the extensive. You have not seen the extensive scars on Vefsel before. She's always worn a cloak. So this is the first time you're seeing just how much of her body is crossed by these artistic scars. And then, of course, you have never seen a shamanic tattoo system before, which I believe for Ithasha is pretty extensive. Starts on her heart and it continues onto her shoulders and around her back. So, it's pretty. I mean, kind of impressive.
I think it's a picture.
Right. Yeah. So,
and I think at some point I'm going to be, I think culturally I'm fascinated immediately. And then at some point, I'm going to be conscious that I'm staring at these two women doing their thing.
Right.
Yeah. And so what I was thinking is that I'm going to I'm going to be coughing and stuff like that because I'm poisoned, but I'm going to turn around and looking at the most improbable thing to do to act like I'm doing something. And I have both history and mythology. And so I'm thinking about picking a book and see, can I make any sense? Does this place have a significance? Do I know anything about it? There is a story.
You have several things to do. You have the monster knowledge roll again about the animated corpses, which you have not had time to do until now. And you also have the any of your other knowledge groups. Please roll everything.
History and mythology.
Everything.
Okay. So history and master knowledge I'm going to roll, and the other two you have to roll.
Perfect.
Because I don't get to know if my information is
right.
So history I have 30%, and mythology I have 20%. So, and instead for master knowledge I get I get exactly. I have for 36 and I roll 36.
Fantastic. So, okay.
Yeah.
And then what is the other one you are rolling?
History 30%. You have to do it.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. And then the other one, which is
mythology, and it's 20%. Okay. Mythology lore.
Right. So wasn't there another one for you, or was it just those three?
No, those three. Those three. Yeah.
Well, here is the thing. The monster knowledge is all about the animated corpses must be sustained by some kind of mighty enchantment. So something here is keeping them for it to last this long. That's impossible. No wizard saying, corpses rise, do my bidding. That's not going to last centuries. Somebody made this place, did something here. And it must have involved to have the basilisks be drawn here and to breed here, to lay its eggs and to live here like that. And obviously it lived its whole life here. The basilisk, now you made that monster roll before, so I will tell you that basilisk did not die by violence.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So for a basilisk to come here, to lay its eggs, to live here long enough to die, there must be a mass grave here. This is not. And for the water to be magically affected by this, so the water is some kind of deathly spiritual substance now. And just to let you know, you have had contact with the sand, and if there's one thing that Siviveth was right about, was the sand.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the sand under that water is fucking prime. Right. So so he was right about that, which is also a little suspicious, because if he was right about that, then how come he wasn't right about a bunch of other things he could have told you? So so all these things are kind of coming together. Now, as far as the history of it is concerned, you are wondering perhaps if this is a place where these barbaric humans had perhaps fought one of their, that they were a savage people. The imperial civilization says that the savages roamed this land before we took it over, and now we use the river and the land properly, because that's what we do, right? They were obviously not using the land right. And so perhaps they killed each other in some slaughter. They must have, they warred against each other all the time.
Yeah.
So, this might have been one of their sacred places in commemoration of maybe the victors, raised a magical monument to this. Whatever it is, it must be, but you are certain that there is a mass burial here of some kind. And your knowledge of the basilisks and the animated corpses, it's all making sense that this would have occurred. Your historical perspective on it is focusing at the moment on tribal conflicts among the humans.
Yeah. Okay.
So now, as far as the herbalism is concerned, we can go to the potions in question. And as I understand it, reading the rules for the poison, the effects will stop. You will clear the poisons away out of your... It's not necessarily a pleasant process. Both of you probably have to vomit. But but you will be... presently, you will feel weak, but better.
Good.
So that's what that will do. Now, Helma, do you recall anything about the actual healing nature of the healing potions or anything of that?
Give me a sec.
Yeah. It took a little bit to discover the details.
Wounds heal at 2 times their normal rate.
There we go.
But I have to reapply it every 8 hours, so basically I have to make a little...
Okay. That's the two of you working together
here
can do
to
a pretty
be
good
able
job
to
of
take
this.
it with me, I'd assume.
So the question is, before we deal with the recovery of points, which will be a matter of some days, basically. The question is, what are the three of you? Farth, when are you going to find your voice and ask any interesting questions? Is the next.
Maybe faster, because I want to know what they made.
Go ahead.
What
Right. So, Natasha, what do you
brought
ask
them here,
Mhm.
and who
Okay.
they are, basically.
Right.
I mean, if we have stabilized them and
Right.
they seem tired, but at least alive, I'm
Right.
going to ask some questions.
I'm going to wait for Vershik to answer that because
So,
I
what
feel
questions do you ask?
Who are you?
How much? I want to know just how much Farth has told me about the actual thing that we're like doing, because I don't know if I'm just kind of like just
I think-
guiding you or what I know.
What he said was he gave you directions to this spot specifically. And all you know is that there were pure sands to bring back. And
Okay, yeah.
Farth seemed fairly motivated to do this, and you knew that it was in the kind of haunted and unused areas, but you
Okay.
didn't know anything else. He did not describe the pools of water to you. He just said in these areas, if the Gralketh knows anything like he says he knows, then he'll know what sands to get. Just
Right.
take him there.
I think your boss told more to you than he did to me, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say, we are looking for pure sand.
Mhm.
I belong to no tribe.
Interesting. Which is a surprising thing to say. Farth might not quite understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think she's like labeling herself as like an outcast by
Right.
saying that. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it. So Farth?
I will watch them talk, and then the most polite way, which I guess for me means standing motionless and emotionless. I just state my name, and I thank Itasha deeply for helping me fight the poison and for warning us about the danger. And I guess I'm cultured enough to say that, considering she's a shaman, that it was not our intention to violate any sacred place. And if we stepped into sacred ground, it was out of ignorance and not because we wanted to perform anything nefarious or something like that.
That's fair. Just to clarify slightly, that and nothing that you don't already know, Helma, this place has no sacred identity for dusters.
No, I think I'm going to try to explain it to him.
Right, go
In
ahead.
common,
Yeah.
I'm giving my name, Itasha. I'm going to tell them where I come from,
Right.
so that I'm from a tribe at the river. I may not state the purpose why I'm here right now. And I'm basically more wondering, asking, Rathark, didn't you know that this place is haunted, is taboo, that you shouldn't be down there? I mean, there are really potent herbs here, but you shouldn't get too close to the water.
Yeah, this is something that Vefselk did not know.
And as this is basically on the lands of the tribe where she comes from, which I don't know what concerning the way she stated she's basically not connected with anything, I'm probably going to assume that she's from farther away
Mm-hmm.
than she actually is.